Chicago, like most big cities, has its fair share of unsolved crime. And in most of these cases, somebody saw or heard something. It could be a suspicious person, a car driving away from the scene, or simply overhearing somebody talking about the case. With your help, we can put these criminals behind bars where they belong. Here in Chicago, we have too many unsolved murders. We need your help. In these cases, the police department is only as strong as the citizens that get involved. Oftentimes, all the detectives need is a tip, a start. Somebody to call in and say, I saw something. Any little information that you know can be the impetus to solve the entire case. On tonight's episode, we'll take a look at the case of Dwayne Purnell. On December 21st, 2014, Dwayne Purnell, star baseball player who was about to join the military, was hanging out with some friends. They decided to go to a house party celebrating somebody's 18th birthday. Shortly after arriving, a fight broke out and several shots were fired. Multiple people were injured and Dwayne was fatally shot. Here's his story.
He was a wonderful little child. He was so nice and he just loved me so much. That's all he ever said was, Daddy, I love you, Daddy, I love you. And he grew into a nice, very, very decent young man, he did. He got on the baseball team. I was at every game and I just loved everything that he did. I was so proud of him, I didn't know what to do. I just admired that. I said, wow, look at him, you know? I was so proud.
He attended TF North High School, the school resource officer, knew him personally and said he was one of the good kids because he never had any problems with him. So everything about him was he was a good kid.
He came to me one day and he said that, Dad, he said, I don't know about college and everything, but he said, you know what, I'm gonna join the Army. I said, well, wow. You know, my father was in the Army, my brothers were in the Army. I said, okay, my best friend was in the Army. And I said, okay, hey man, that's fine, young man, that's okay. That's fine. I said, you'll be probably a great soldier. And I was just looking forward to, I was looking so forward to going for his graduation, I really was. Oh, I was looking forward to that. My best friend was gonna meet me there, and that's what he told me. He said, man, look, I'm gonna salute him. And I said, wow, okay, because this is my best buddy here. He was in the military for 22 years. And I was so proud. I said, okay, man, this would be the best thing in the world for me. And I lost it.
On December 21st, 2014, at approximately 1:50 in the morning, Calumet City police officers responded to 619 Escanaba for multiple gunshot victims. Patrol officers initially responding on scene arrived to find multiple victims. They entered the house where they found victim Dwayne Purnell at the base of the steps.
We had our village Christmas party and we were all there. And it was very nice, but you know, it wasn't a lot of young people there. So Dwayne asked, could he use my car? And said that, Dad, I'm gonna go to a party. And you know, I said, well, okay. I said, let him enjoy himself some. The young man is getting ready to leave pretty soon. You know, I mean, he only had 9 days left before he was leaving. So something inside of me just said, okay, Dwayne, go and have some fun.
Dwayne, from what we gathered, was he went to the party with several of his friends, and the whole point of them going to the party was that they wanted to talk to girls at the party.
You know, he was in good spirits that day. Dwayne was in very good spirits that day. He didn't have a problem in the world. He was so happy that you know, that I was letting him use my car.
It was a party thrown by a girl for an 18th birthday party. And it was a bunch of friends, but it was advertised on Facebook, social media, so a lot of people showed up and there was a cover charge at the door. So you know, the whole purpose of the party for this guy that lives there was to make money as a DJ and charge money at the door. They were probably there less than 30 minutes prior to the gunfire happening. Officers arrived on scene and they were walking towards the house. They observed multiple people being carried out by different people that were also gunshot victims. They entered the house where they found victim Dwayne Purnell at the base of the steps.
I had just really fell asleep. I don't know what came over me that night, but I fell asleep. And normally I wouldn't do that, and especially not knowing that with my kids are outside or something like that. His mother called us and told us it's been a problem, and I knew right off. I knew what the problem was.
They observed that he had multiple gunshot wounds. They immediately started CPR and breathing for him. He was ultimately transported to Christ Hospital by Calumet City Fire Department, where he was pronounced deceased from multiple gunshot wounds.
On the way to the hospital, I just knew. Something inside of me just said, Donald, this is a tragedy here. This is bad. I just knew that. I said, he's not here anymore. I knew that.
Have you been in an accident? Have you been the victim of discrimination or had your rights violated? Have you been injured? If so, the lawyers at Hale Law would love to talk to you. We offer a free consultation. Call me, Andy Hale, 312-870-6926. 312-870-6926. I look forward to talking with you about your case.
On December 21st, 2014, at approximately 1:50 in the morning, Calumet City police officers responded to 619 Escanaba for multiple gunshot victims. Initial patrol officers arrived on scene to find multiple victims, made their way into the residence where they found victim Dwayne Purnell at the bottom of the steps, immediately began CPR, rescue breathing. He was transported to Christ Hospital, where he was ultimately pronounced deceased from gunshot wounds.
19 years old, had a very promising future. Dwayne had a promising future, he did. He was gonna make something out of himself. To see him like that, I just can't get it out of my head. I just can't never get over it, that was rough. I never thought in my life that I would lose my son, Dwayne, like that. I never thought that.
I was told 6 gunshot victims. I responded to the scene a little after 2 a.m. I got there. The residence, 619 Escanaba, was a residence that the department has dealt with previously because there's been complaints from the neighbors about house parties, loud music at that place. So, you know, I was there previously in 2013 where there was 3 people shot at a party. So, I mean, as soon as I was told about the address, I knew exactly the location because I was familiar with it.
I don't eat as much as I used to. I don't, my sleeping habits are kind of bad all the time, and I used to be a fun-loving guy. I love sports and everything else. Sometimes I don't even turn the TV on anymore. The family is broken up, and it's just changed. The loss of Dwayne has changed our entire lives, all of us.
I arrived on scene, and multiple people were there. There was approximately 20+ different jurisdictions from different agencies, because with just the amount of people that were there, you know, the Calumet City Police Department requested assistance from surrounding agencies to come assist at the scene. The Illinois State Police crime scene was the one that handled the processing at the scene. Multiple casings were collected, as well as bullets from, you know, within the residence that were shot into the wall, as well as bullets from the victim.
All the people at his high school, they loved Dwayne. I have a plaque from them right today that states that he was a big member of the TF North family, and they say his spirit will live on forever, and that's the truth. They have the annual TF North, TF South baseball game every year, and they put his picture on the big screen, and they had me. I threw out the first pitch, and I was so proud. And then I looked behind me, and his picture was on the jumbotron there. I said, "Whoa, okay, look at this." And the announcers spoke about him, and everybody stood up in the stands and everything. And I said, "Wow, look at this. This is so nice."
over the course of just the people we were able to speak to, tried to gather as much information as possible on everybody that was at the scene, because, you know, from what we learned, there was approximately 300 people at the party, and at most, we spoke to 100 people total in the investigation. So there's still multiple people that were at the party that have never come forward.
If anyone has any information about what happened here, please, please, and I'm begging you, please turn it into the police department and do the right thing so I can end this nightmare that I've been having, you know, and let me get on with my life. That's all I can do. I can't go out here and be a vigilante or nothing like that and do anything myself. I can't do that. But I would like to see the crime solved, I really would.
Calumet City Police Department is asking for assistance in solving the murder of Dwayne Purnell. Dwayne Purnell was a good kid getting ready to go to the military, had a bright future, good parents. The one suspect description we got was a young male black with dreads. He was at the party originally. You know, that's the one shooter, that's the first shooter. So if anyone has any information regarding the murder of Dwayne Purnell, we ask that you call Calumet City Police Department at 708-868-2500. You can ask for me, Detective Sergeant Barrich. Anyone that wishes to remain anonymous, you can call the Calumet City tip line at 708-891-STOP.
Dwayne was a nice kid, a very nice kid, and he didn't deserve what happened to him. I miss him so much, I really do.
The cases featured on tonight's episode remain unsolved, and we need your help. If you have any information on tonight's episode or any of the cases featured on the show, please give the detectives a call. We need our communities to come together so we can take back our streets and make our neighborhoods safe again.